We're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Terry Brewer. Love is in the air this Valentine's Day, but it's not just for couples. People around Tuscaloosa are opening their hearts and their wallets to support children with autism.
More now in tonight's top story. It's the third year for the Hearts on Fire at the Tuscaloosa Flower Shop. It's a fundraiser benefiting the Arts and Autism program. The Tuscaloosa Flower Shop will donate the delivery fees and tips made today. Off-duty Tuscaloosa firefighters also got in on the action, making those deliveries. Development Director Suzanne Dowling says the money will go toward tuition scholarships. Dowling says it's important for children with autism to have after-school options.
As a parent of a child with autism, it's just so important, one, for your children to have somewhere to go after school while you're still at work, but also receive some services. So the kids are there, and it is an after-school care program, but they're also getting a lot of therapeutic services that are helping them improve their lives.
Last year, Dowling says they raised about $3,000. She says the turnout seems to be larger this year and hopes they can raise more money for the program. For lots of people, Valentine's Day is about getting candy, cards, flowers. But what happens if you're on the other side, making that special day happen? Well, WVUA got to go behind the scenes with a delivery driver from Amy's Florist to see just how much work goes into making Valentine's Day special for others. Eric Hinton was one of 8 drivers out there today. He's been delivering flowers for 7 years. Hinton says Valentine's Day is by far the busiest day of the year, but he says all the hard work is worth it.
I guess I'm just that type of personality. I like being busy all the time, and you know, just the fulfillment of making people happy with it. So it's a lot of fun.
WVUA even got to be part of a special Valentine's Day delivery. We'll have much more on that story coming up tonight on WVUA News at 6.
Now to Mobile, where that Carnival cruise ship Triumph is slowly crawling back to land. We have a look for you coming up of the Mobile Bay, where this is actually, the ship is going to be coming in there soon within this evening. Thousands of people have been stranded on the ship since Sunday with limited power and food. Now is that look for you from Renee Marsh. She's in Mobile, where families have started to gather to welcome home their loved ones.
The Triumph cruise ship is inching ever closer to land. Families are gathered in Mobile, Alabama to welcome loved ones home from a dream vacation that became a nightmare.
It was supposed to be like a little bachelorette party kind of deal, but I don't think it all turned out all that well.
The trouble on Carnival Triumph started Sunday when a fire broke out in the engine room that caused the ship's electrical system to go out. That meant no engine power and no air conditioning. Right now, aboard the ship, more than 3,000 passengers, 1,000 crew members, and a handful of working restrooms.
We're just paralyzed. We cannot do anything. We can't get out there and rescue her.
Some passengers on board reported raw sewage, foul smells, and long lines for little food. Carnival's president and CEO offered an apology.
At Carnival, our promise to our guests is to provide a great vacation experience, and we try very hard to do that all the time. It's obvious in this particular case, we did not deliver on that promise.
The company is offering a full refund and other concessions, but some say that's not good enough.
What's the emotional cost? You can't put money on that.
3 tugboats are pulling the massive ship through the Gulf of Mexico.
Weather conditions overnight were rough. One official saying that the ship was swaying back and forth in the waves, and because of that bad weather, their arrival is delayed.
And that was Renee Marsh reporting. Now, the Triumph is headed back into Mobile Bay. It's expected to arrive between 9 and 11 o'clock tonight.
Tuscaloosa County residents are pushing for a new activity center for the eastern part of the county. Tuscaloosa County Commissioner Jerry Tingle says East Tuscaloosa County is the only district without its own activity center, and he says he's very passionate about getting one. Tingle also says they're wanting the center to resemble the Bobby Miller Activity Center. The closest activity center for residents in the eastern part of the county is about 20 miles away, and residents say having an activity center would build a better quality of life for everyone in that area.
The population growth has gone in 10 years, it's probably tripled. So as a result, we have a need, and we've been working hard to try to get an activity center for the people in that community, the Tannehill Bucksville, Lakeview, even advanced folks could have a use out of that facility.
Phillips says he's been trying to get an activity center for the eastern part of the county for over 10 years. There's no set location as to where that new center would go right now.
Well, before you put tonight's salad together, you'll want to check the fridge because there is a new food recall. Taylor Farms is recalling baby spinach because it could be contaminated with E. coli. It was sold in several states under 5 different labels. The company says in Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia, it was sold as Taylor Farms Organic Baby Spinach. The recall is for the 16-ounce tray. Now, if you have any questions, you can call the company at the number on your screen. That's 855-293-9811. Well, the South is known as the Bible Belt, so it shouldn't come as any surprise that a southern state ranks first as being the most religious.
The Magnolia State has come out on top, and Alabama is not far behind. According to a Gallup poll, 58% of Mississippi residents consider themselves very religious. Alabama and Utah tied for second in the poll with 56%. The least religious state, Vermont. Still ahead, a closer look